How's it going, Internet? Welcome back to the Type QQ gaming channel. Today we got a new series called Battle Traverse. Kind of an odd name for a title, and kind of unassuming, but damn, that's just the cover. This game is awesome. And certainly it's one of those sort of, independent Japanese games that, or it might actually be Japanese. I haven't actually looked into it too much, but I'm pretty sure. That I was just kind of looking into, considering Dokkengan is kind of been shelved for the moment. So I was kind of like, maybe we'll look into something, to pass the time. Particularly also because I had a pretty bad day playing Touhou. Just not the results I really wanted. So I figured, hey, let's check out a different game and see what comes out of it. And as you can see, an absolute blast. A horizontal shooting game with a few different attacks. You have your sort of spread shot, you have your homing shot, or your sort of concentrated shot, and then of course you have your bomb. Other than that, you have just amazing looking graphics. This game looks good as hell. You'd never think War looks this good, right? People say like War is ugly. I don't know. Or do people say War is ugly? I don't know. Maybe I just made that up. War is hell. Well, you know what? This looks hella good. Yeah, and this is just my sort of dream game graphics as well. That sort of SNK Metal Slug type of look and for things. Doesn't necessarily have to be 3D. Doesn't have to be power-ups. And as you can tell, we have our score as well as the number of lives we have, the number of bombs we have. Pretty simple stuff, I'd say. One thing to keep in mind though is it looks like if you're using the concentrated fire, you do get a bonus. You get bonus points for using nothing but concentrated fire to kill some enemies. So I would say that might be it, as well as it looks like you have like a multiplier for killing enemies in quick succession. So that might be your sort of high score margin. That's your pinpoints or your bullet points of what you want to do to score your extends. And actually on the front screen of the game, on the main menu, it gave you sort of like 5,000 or 5 million, 14 million where your extends. So something like that. And it was pretty fair for them to kind of give you sort of your all the sort of info you ever could want right there. Here we are going at this giant looking like hexagonal type of plating tank. But yeah, if I haven't said it before, this game looks gorgeous, right? Like, how was this game not made by something like SNK or some of those like Arc System Works, some of those sort of like pixel geniuses, right? And it was kind of a breakdown of the level of, looks like how many sort of multipliers or strings of kills we had. There's our spread shot. And what I mainly do is I try to focus onto my concentrated fire as much as I can, just to get as much points as I can and take down bigger enemies. But as enemies are kind of swarming like this, I do switch on to my spread shot just to make sure that their fire does kind of don't clog up the screen too much. There is a sort of bullet canceling mechanic. As you can see, like as long as the bullets haven't like traveled too far, if you can kill them before they get too close to you, or rather too far into the screen, they do kind of go away. If they're kind of caught in the blast of everything. So as much as it is to like, hey, cool, I can get all the points in the world by just getting that full lock bonus, it probably would be best to kind of, remove the clutter sometimes by just using your spread shot. But yeah, 5 levels, I think, in 5 levels, all with a mini boss and then a final boss. And then I think there's three question mark difficulties: easy, normal, and hard, I suppose. One level harder than normal. I didn't really look. I think it is hard mode. This is normal. I figure we start things off at normal and see if we need to go down to easy. As as uncool as it is to kind of admit that. But I think we go pretty well for one of our first runs. Granted, this isn't exactly our first blind run. I'm tending not to do that anymore. I don't think anyone's interested to learn the game with me immediately. I think if we can get in here, and play the game when I know generally, what I'm talking about, what I'm doing, and it's not a bunch of just aha moments. I get it now. I think that's probably what's probably a bit more interesting. However, I still get those a lot, But yeah, for five levels, I think possibly we could do it. I think we could 1C this game. There's, I think, 2 other characters as well, but this one seemed to interest me the most with sort of that sort of concentrated depth fire. The bomb and a life, and we're sitting just under, I believe, our first extends. So certainly that's going to be helpful if we can score that. Stage 2 boss. And we're rocking 4 bombs as well, so there we go. Yeah, there's really no harm in getting too sweaty dodging stuff, and we can kind of rely on a bomb to get us out. There we go again. We probably made that dodge, but all the same, probably be safe to just kind of not risk it. And same thing with that as well. Although now we're getting pretty close to losing our bombs, and there we are, we just lost our first life. There we go. So not the prettiest fight ever. Lost the fight, but it looks like we're maybe going to get extends. I think we are, once this level kind of gives us our points. Yep, there it is. Back up to life 2. As if nothing happened ever. But, I think we're going to find out if we want to beat this game. We're not going to want to, lose our extends as soon as we get them, Or get our extends just so we can kind of correct our shitty mistakes, along the way. But yeah, horizontal shooting games are great fun. I mean, I haven't really played too many of them. I think maybe the last one was possibly Neko Navy, ? Again, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it may have been. And we had some good success with that, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe we just kind of like this a little bit more than Vertical. Although we have a lot of success there as well sometimes. I don't particularly have a preference, but I do like to change it up occasionally, I think, I don't know. But yeah, that spread fire is getting awfully sick now. Literally covers the entire screen. Except it doesn't, so can't really use the term literally, I guess, anymore, huh? Yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you've played this game before and what you thought your first impressions were. Whether or not you just kind of sat back in awe of how awesome this game was. So that's certainly how I felt. I was taken back. Not saying a lot of these small team games are always bad, but I think sometimes when you have maybe limited resources or limited artists, sometimes some things suffer, and you kind of focus on mechanics or some other feature. But this one really seems to have it all right now. And another thing I really dig is that your medals that you're picking up, you're not actually having to actively pick them up. They just automatically pick up if you score them. They're immediately going down there in the sort of bottom left corner to be stored for bonus points, I guess. So I kind of like the idea that you don't have to worry about chasing him down, because we all know, watching any sort of Toho video, like that's my I'm just tempted and suckered to run up to the top of the screen way too often and just risk utter oblivion just to get some bonus points. I suppose it leads to the conversation of like why have little bonus medals if if they're just going to be picked up automatically. Why don't just award bonus points with like invisible, and whatever. I suppose that's true, but I suppose if you want a visualization of your points before the level's complete, I suppose that's how you do that. I'm not really sure. But we are sitting at our final life. And there it is, our final life has been finalized. I'm not going to credit feed during this run, although we may in the future just to see, what the game has in store. Pretty cool game over screen, I do say. Eating that big missile there. But yeah, fun game. We're certainly going to play more of this. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll certainly come back and play some more Battle Traverse in the future.